you guys today. Did you learn anything from the other day with Purdue that they came back in the fourth quarter, that today you finished things off pretty handily in the last few minutes?
Well, I'll let them answer that question.
Well, I don't know. I think we just we keep the mindset to just always stay focused. We had 10 more minutes of the game left, so we wanted to stay calm, cool, and composed. We knew they were a really good team, and we knew that they could go on a run at any point. So we wanted to we had them down. We wanted to keep them down. So.
You have anything to say, Arella?
Yeah, because Coach basically, we knew they were out-rebounding every other team that they were playing, and Coach, she just kept emphasizing in practice, and we struggled with that the past 2 games, so we just came out with our mindset to rebound, get stops, make plays, make the extra pass, etc., everything. We just focused and played a well-put game, all of us.
I know Coach is going to hate this question, but you guys are sitting in first in the conference, and 2-game lead right now. Are you still taking 1 game at a time? Do you know that you're sitting at the top? This was a team that was obviously doing pretty well in the conference also.
Always 1 game at a time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't ever want to get ahead of ourselves. We know that anybody is capable of beating anybody any day. So we're not really focused on rankings right now or anything. We want to be able to finish out the season strong. Yeah. Real?
No, pretty much what you said.
We haven't talked about it, Doug. We don't want to talk about it. We just play,
Yep.
like they're saying, because anything can happen, as you know, because we were ranked before, remember? Mm-hmm. And somehow, some way, I don't even go. Every time I think about it, it disturbs me. But we're gonna work hard to take care of business this time, so nobody gets confused.
Yep.
About where we belong, and that's what we need to continue to work with. And so we recognize. I think that every game we played has been a benefit. The tough one that we had against who was the last game?
Purdue.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Purdue?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That one, so as soon as we saw that, it's like, well, okay, stop. We don't need to go back through that. And then it brings everybody back into focus. Okay, yeah, that happened, so we're going to put a stop to it. And so, we've learned. We're benefiting from the games that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, the Big Ten, I know you've been in for a few years now, and you were in it a while back with Iowa. Do you think this is one of the more competitive years the conference has had across the board?
There's no question that this is the most competitive. The most competitive. I mean, we've got, 5 or 6 teams that are ranked in the top 25, and that's not an accident. When you look at the games that, like Purdue, for example, took South Carolina into overtime, right? And if you look at it, Northwestern has done damage against top 20 teams. I'm saying to you that, and I tell you what, the best thing that could have happened, the Big Ten commissioner did, is to really suggest that everybody go out and try to play, people outside the conference, so that we can weigh ourselves against the other people. And it's showing up now. So I don't know how you voted, but we're gonna keep on voting, doing what we need to do, and take care of business in the other conference. We got to do that.
Coach Merchant said that she thought the big difference is the transfers. How a lot of schools are having transfers that have helped out this year, including you guys.
Oh yeah.
Is that, sort of the way the game is going, and it's helped the conference, helped Indiana, you guys, Ohio State, are getting.
There's no question about it. Let me tell you something, and I think about it this way. You can hear somebody say, okay, a coach doesn't necessarily get dumb all of a sudden. If you got the players, and these young ladies are experienced, they're talented, and they're working well together. And so with the rules in the conference, and rules throughout the country, then you're saying that all of these teams, whether it's Mississippi State or whatever, is looking to take advantage of the opportunity that a player has to continue to get an education, but to have benefited, with this, benefited with the experience. And so what we're looking at is the same prototype. Since you've seen, for example, you've seen the likes of Epiphany and the players that have been here, Cappy and Pod. There's nothing different. It's just that these young people are able to execute. That's the difference. That's it. And so, and they're working hard, and they deserve the credit that they're getting. But normally that may have been, freshman, a sophomore, and it's not happening as much now. And the guys are going to do the same thing. That's why the guys are extending their careers, because those teams that are able to keep a player for more than the 5 years, or keep them for the 4 years at least, and you're seeing a tremendous carryover value from that as well.
Does it help you? I mean, you've been in the game for a few years, to have players that are upperclassmen when they're eligible, that aren't freshmen coming in sort of doe-eyed deers, that they have been through the wars a little bit, maybe somewhere else, but have a better understanding of college basketball than a freshman might?
There's no question. Like, for example, Arella is a redshirt. She's not a redshirt senior, but let me say it like this. As well as Stasha, you see, a coach can be at peace somewhat, knowing that when you become a senior and it's your last go around, they're not going to put up with people acting foolish and not doing what they need to do. No one means to do that, but that's in one's youth, that when you have an opportunity to take advantage of things that you generally don't. So what we're dealing with is, you've got Sierra Calhoun is serious about playing this game. Arella, Vicky, Stasha, KK, all of the seniors, so many of them that are vested. They want to knock this out and get something feel good about. This is what we were able to do together. And so there's no question. I think that somebody like Zippy, as an example, Zippy's a young person, eyes wide open. She's just as young. She doesn't know. Noga, you know what I mean? They don't know. They can't know, because they've spent a lot less time. But the big thing is that they're working hard, and that's what we're seeing.
Did you agree with that? I mean, having sort of been through the wars a little more, that it's easier in a sense, upperclassmen to
Yeah,
adapt?
I agree. Just because of experience. I mean, as time go on, you learn so much. So by the time you become a senior, you've gathered a lot of information, and I guess you just know how to handle certain situations and things. So yeah.
Well, I'm not as old as Stasha, but
5 years deep.
but yeah, I've had a little experience in the Big 12. It helped me a lot. And then when I sat out the year, I got the feel of the program, watching from the side. So I got a feel of everything. Definitely experience helps. It does.
Stasha, I mean, you had a career high today. I'm sure you weren't focused on that during the game, but it's nice to know your career high of scoring helped the team win the game.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I wasn't rebounding, so I need to do something.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. I knew it was a big game, so I just went out and played as hard as I could.
Maybe I should ask a question, because I don't ask it as a coach. So let me ask you this. Did you guys know the magnitude of this game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'll talk to you technically, you know what I mean? And I'll say, okay, when I say that Clouden can do this, and I say that this person can do that, no doubt, no, because in some instances you would have looked at the film yourself, right? Mm-hmm. But do you realize how serious this is? Because we'll talk like this, okay, it's going to come down to 2 baskets or 4 baskets. It's going to come down to 10 turnovers. I mean, we had 17.
Oh, 17.
But as a rule, we're within 2 points of everything that we're talking about. But I was wondering, because I don't ask them what they know. We're giving information, and I assume that I know based upon the way I see them respond to the walkthrough. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But maybe I should ask that question more. But you did know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got it.
Okay.
Coach, I know you like history, and I know it's one game at a time, but you guys are off to the best start for Rutgers in a conference in a decade.
Really? Why'd you have to say that?
Back now.
No, I didn't know that. I'm doing my best. I really want to put blinders on, and just really focus. And I'll enjoy the moment when we've all come to a spot where we've worked hard for something and we're there. And even then, we're gonna still put blinders on, because we don't want to stumble and not, be the best team that we can possibly be. And that's what's most important.